Hello everybody, welcome back. I am so excited for today's video. I don't talk a lot about my journey into the stationery world, but Kokuyo was the brand that got me into Japanese stationery. Back in middle school, I had their Neo Crits pencil case and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then in high school, I got the Campus Smart Ring Binder, being in the IB program, having lots of papers. And then more recently, it's been their Jibun Techo days and their Jibun Techo first kit. So I kind of feel like Kokuyo has met me where I am in terms of my life and my stationery journey. So I could not be more grateful and even a little bit honored to be opening and trying some products that Kokuyo has sent to me. So without further ado, let's get started. The very first product is a Campus Softring notebook in a B5 size. The reason why this is called a Softring notebook is because the rings are soft and squishy. So if you're left-handed, like I am, that means you can write all the way to the left side without those rings getting in your way. How cool is that? These rings are also a D letter shape rather than an O letter shape, so it's less bulky than a regular spiral bound notebook. If you take a look at the ruling, it's a 7mm dot rule grid, and it's also micro perforated along the side there. The feel of this notebook is so smooth, it's kind of like rhodia paper, it's just beautiful. Of course, I will be showing you a swatch test, but first I wanted to give you an example of how I'm able to write with this notebook. You can see that my hand is going all the way to the left side, and the margin between the rings and where I start writing is very small. This is something that's actually unique to me. I haven't been able to have the experience of getting right close to the rings like that, so I found this to be very cool. Next are these Mark Plus two-tone highlighters, and as the name suggests, you do get 2 tones per highlighter. So if you take a look at the nib, there are actually 2 individual highlighters within each marker. This is a great way to save space. If you only want to take a couple colors, you can actually get double the amount. And you'll see that with each highlighter, you get a lighter and a darker tone of the same color. So we have a light yellow and then a more gold color. And I was actually anticipating that these would be uncomfortable to write with just because of how thick they were and because you had to rotate it, but I actually didn't find that at all. It was very easy and intuitive to just flip the marker over, and overall, it was really comfy. Here are the swatches up close, and as promised, I wanted to show you guys the bleed through of this paper, and as you'll see, there actually was no bleed through. The most we got was a heavy ghosting with the Pentel Energel 0.7 and some heavy ghosting with the Unipropus and the Zig markers as well, but there is actually no ink that fully bled through. Now you know me, I had to compare it with the new Tomoe River paper, so I went back in with that red Mark Plus two-tone highlighter and I did some swatches there. As you can see, most of the utensils did ghost or bleed through, but there is actually a lot less ghosting with the Mark Plus rather than a mild liner or a Unipropus. Next are these dual color pencil crayons, and the first thing that I noticed is that the package it comes in is reusable, so you will always have a place for these pencil crayons, which I think is just an added bonus. These pencil crayons come with 2 different color cores, so as you're drawing, these colors will blend with each other, and it's supposed to add a little bit more texture and depth. I am no artist, so you're gonna have to let me know, but I did think that it looked very pretty, and it was very reminiscent of the pencil crayons that you'd pick up like from a museum, which had multicolors within them. In terms of the sensation, it was a little more balmy than other pencil crayons. I tested it out with a Elmer's pencil crayon as well, just for comparison, and it felt like the Elmer's was much more dry and chalky, whereas the Kokuyo ones had a little bit more of a waxy feel to them, which I preferred. Here are the swatches up close, and I also wanted to show them in the sun as well, and I just thought they were beautiful. Again, I'm not an artist, so I can't say like pigment wise too much, but they look pretty. Then we have the SAXA Poche compact scissors. I hope I said that right. I really love the aesthetic of these. I think it's very sleek and minimalistic. I wanted to compare the actual mechanism with the Reimei pen cut. So with the Reimei, you have to slide down these 2 bars and then it turns into a full scissor. And then once you're done, you slide them back up and put the cap back on. Meanwhile, with the SAXA Poche, you slide down 1 bar and it turns into a spring-loaded scissor instead, and you just toggle your thumb up and down on this bar and then slide it back down when you're done, and there's no cap. Now, of course, I had to try them in action, and this felt like art class. It was so much fun. They work exactly how you would expect scissors to work. Nothing to say here. I think I prefer these to the Reime just because there is no cap, so there's one less thing to lose, and the mechanism is a little less finicky as well. Finally, we have the Jibun Techo first kit, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited if you can't tell. This is definitely throwing a wrench into my 2025 lineup, but I'm so here for it. This is an A5 Slim, and this year they have included some sticker freebies, which are adorable. I'm going to go over everything that's included as well as the layouts, so let's start with this little information sheet. You'll also get a pencil board with an elastic band built right into it, which is super helpful, and then the actual planner. So this planner system is divided into 3 booklets. You have the life booklet, the diary booklet, and the idea booklet. So let's break them down one by one. The life booklet holds information that you want to reference from year to year, so includes things like your wishes, your life plan, anniversaries and birthdays of people that you love and care about. It even has a couple travel maps, and it has a spot for your personal news as you grow and develop, all the way until you're 99. So you only need to purchase this booklet once, and then you just shift it from planner to planner. The diary booklet is your actual planner, and it begins with an example of how you can use the vertical weekly. This has a translation online if you're curious. Then you go into your yearly overview, which comes with the past, present, and future year, and then you have your index for reference. Next, there are some extra pages for reference, like a money plan and a map, and then they give you a sample weekly where you can test different spreads before you actually get into your planner. Then you get some more reference pages, and one of my favorites is the 100 wishes, where I put down my wish list for the year. Next, you get stacked Gantt charts, and I love these for doing any sort of tracking, whether that be personal, business, or otherwise, and they give you until April of the next year. Then you go into your monthlies, and these monthlies offer you a couple different features. You have a checkbox along the left side, and every single day comes with a mood box where you can select how you're feeling that day. Here's what the weekly looks like, and I know it's a little overwhelming at first, but once you understand all of the features, then it's much more manageable. Along the left side, you have some checkboxes for to-dos and whatnot, and then you'll realize that there is a gradient between gray and white. That's actually showing you the hours of sunlight that you get each day, so it shows when the sun rises and when the sun sets. There's also room to put the weather, there's room to put your mood, and there's room to track your meals if you would like to do that as well. Then there are 2 ribbon bookmarks, one red and then one a dark blue, and then at the back you get some more extra pages as well. You have a spot for reflecting on the year, some maps, and then also a spot to put some personal data if this book gets lost. The final booklet is the idea booklet, and it's just a plain grid notebook. You do get a margin along the left side if you wanted to do some commonplacing or anything else. Then you get one clear pen loop and a small pocket along the bottom as well. At the very front, there are 3 card pockets if you wanted to put any of your information or any stickers or little ephemera as well. And you also get a pocket on the very front cover too, and this is a nice deep pocket. That's where I like to put any slips of pieces of information that I don't want to forget. I did do a pen test in one of my other videos that I will link at the top of the screen, but the life booklet contains Kokuyo Mio paper, and the plan and diary notebooks contain the Kokuyo thin paper. Alright everybody, that is it for today. I wanted to give a huge thank you to Kokuyo for sending me all of these products. I cannot wait to use them in the new year. If you're interested in any of these products, I will have them all linked down in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and giving it a huge thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Stay cozy and bye bye.